low end wide receiver too. Yeah, I think Diontae Johnson's, if he's your second receiver, I would be a little upset about that. I'd prefer a little better, but I think he's going to be a weekly flex play, a guy in PPR. If you standard, I'm not as high on him, but in PPR, I'd be pretty happy if he was like my third receiver or a flex play in fantasy this year. I think low end wide receiver is probably about where he goes. Wide receiver too. Sorry,
Steve.
I mean, if Grandpa Thielen can catch 1,000 yards last year and get 137 targets, and then you bring in Diontae Johnson, who historically has been a target hog, and he's a good route runner. He separates. He's just good in those little routes. I mean, he just gets open. So I think he's going to be. He might be Bryce Young's early favorite target. I mean, yeah, they got Leggett. I do like Leggett a lot, but he's still a rookie. Deontay's a veteran there, so. Yeah, I think as a wide receiver too, it's pretty solid. I think Diontae Johnson, and I like Bryce Young. I think he'll get better this year. He'll take some more strides in his second year in the NFL. Hopefully a better offensive line. Last year was a disaster. The weapons were not very good. So they kind of revamped that whole offense. New coach and Dave Canales, who's done wonders for Geno and Mayfield, as we know. So yeah, I think it works. I like Diontae as my number 2. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. What we know about Diontae Johnson, he brings a really high floor. And if you look at what he's done in Pittsburgh, you go to Carolina now, Bryce Young, who I'm not exactly high on, like we at least know, hey, he's not going to be any worse in Carolina than he was in Pittsburgh, right? Like Bryce Young has to be really atrociously bad for Diontae Johnson to be any worse. So you at least know you have that Pittsburgh floor. And let's hope to God for the fandom of the Carolina Panthers that Bryce Young takes any type of a step forward. Then I think Diontae Johnson is going to be a solid fantasy player this year. I mean, this is a guy who we look at a 3-year stretch from 2020 to 2022. He's had at least 144 targets. There is not a soul on that Carolina Panthers roster that should command any type of targets. Not old man Thielen. Mingo, I don't even know if he's going to be in the league next year. Leggett, who knows what happens with that. So realistically, he should be that entire passing attack. So I don't hate it. And ADP-wise, right around 73, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I like it. I've never really been a Diontae guy, but right. I just think, like I said, Thielen had 1,000 yards, and
right,
they're kind of similar. They're both really crafty route runners, and I think and Bryce Young, the